Hello and welcome to this session, Life Skills for Adolescents and Youth. Life skills are psychosocial abilities that empower individuals to connect with self as well as others and develop healthy lifestyle and positive behaviors. Life skills equip individuals with competence to manage challenging situations and utilize existing opportunities optimally. These skills enhance coping resources and personal and social competencies of individuals. Life skills development is a lifelong process that helps individuals grow and mature, build confidence in one's decisions taken on the basis of adequate information and thought, and discover sources of strength within and outside. It is noteworthy that from times immemorial, every culture in society has invested in educating and empowering its younger generation to lead fulfilling and responsible lives. Education, and particularly school education, plays a vital role in life skills development among individuals, as it exposes them to varied experiences in their formative years and has abundant potential to provide them with relevant, simulated situations to learn and practice. Life skills are generic abilities which can be effectively integrated in educational processes. These abilities can be contextualized to any specific setting, for example, adolescents education. Transaction approaches primarily focused on participatory and experiential modes of learning are effective for life skills development. Life skills requires to be perceived as done in Dakar Framework for Action, World Education Forum, Dakar, Senegal 2000, that stresses the need for not only psychomotor or practical skills but also those psychosocial abilities that will enable individuals to learn and use knowledge into action, to develop reasoning and analytical strengths, to manage emotions, and to live with and relate to others. Life skills are abilities to be developed in every individual to equip them to meet the challenges of life and optimize opportunities to live a healthier, happier, productive and fulfilling life. These include all aspects of wholesome living necessary for adolescents to be equipped in approaching eventual responsibilities in adulthood. Adolescents and youth are a critical period in self-understanding, finding one's own way and fitting into the society. Development of self-confidence with a positive self-image is the foundation of responsible adulthood. Providing enabling environments to support adolescents in this critical formative stage is the main mandate in development of life skills. Life skills are generic abilities like any other, that is knowledge ability, attitude, interest, sentiments, value orientation, and so on. Ongoing education processes have focused solely on academics and have not adopted an approach that can ensure development of life skills. Life skills can be effectively integrated in educational processes, and the ability for their application in specific contexts can also be developed. Life skill education promotes mental well-being in young people and equip them to face the realities of life. The term life skill education is widely used nowadays, but it is often used interchangeably with livelihood skills. But the two are different. Livelihood skills, as the name suggests, are skills related to generate income to fulfill one's household individual economic goals. These skills basically involve vocational skills, business management skills, etc., whereas life skills encompasses all the dimensions of human life, be it economical, social, or psychological. World Health Organization (WHO) in 1993 defined life skills as the abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal effectively with demands and challenges of everyday life. UNICEF defines life skills as a behavioral change or behavior development approach designed to address a balance of three areas: knowledge, attitude, and skills. Therefore, life skills are a large group of psychosocial and interpersonal skills which can help people to make informed decisions, communicate effectively, and develop coping and self-management skills that may help an individual to lead a healthy and productive life. The core set of skills as suggested by WHO 1997: problem solving, decision making, critical thinking, creative thinking, communication, interpersonal skills, empathy, coping with emotion, coping with stress. Life skills education promotes mental well-being in young people and equips them to face the realities of life. By supporting mental well-being and behavioral preparedness, life skills education equips individuals to behave in a pro-social ways, and it is additionally health-giving. To achieve health-giving pro-social behavior seen in the outer layer of Figure 1, a life skills program must have effect on the inner layer of mental well-being and middle layers behavioral preparedness. Consequently, life skills education can be seen as empowering children and thus enabling them to take more responsibilities for their actions. At the United Nations Interagency meeting held at WHO Geneva, WHO 1999, life skills education was considered as crucial for the promotion of healthy child and adolescent development, primary prevention of some key causes of child and adolescent death, disease and disability, socialization, preparing young people for changing social circumstances. Life skills education has been developed by different organizations with different objectives. For example, prevention of substance abuse, prevention of bullying, and prevention of AIDS. Learning life skills is a desirable activity on its own as it helps individuals to deal effectively with everyday demands and does not have to be justified as preventing anything, nor is it necessary to introduce a life skills education program only when and where there are mental and behavioral disorders. Effective application of life skills can influence the way child feel about others and themselves, which in turn can contribute to the children's self-confidence and self-esteem. The school is a good place to introduce life skills programs as the school years during which children acquire a major part of their formal education are important developmental years in an individual's life. In school, besides academics, children also learn social skills and encounter authority other than their parents. Students often look to adults in the school community for guidance, support, and direction. Furthermore, schools have a high credibility with parents and community members and thus have a great influence on children and their families. For these reasons, the school is a formidable institution for a life skills intervention. School education should emphasize not only academics but also the mental well-being of children to make it a positive place of learning. Moreover, schools are crucial in building or undermining self-esteem and sense of competence, as teachers and peers play an important role in the development of self-esteem of school-going children. A comprehensive teacher training program in life skills education would facilitate not only better teachers but also would support children's education and mental health requirements. In this manner, schools can act as a safety net, protecting children from hazards which affect their education, developmental and psychosocial well-being. Life skills education for adolescents and youth. Life skills include psychosocial competencies and interpersonal skills that help people make informed decisions, solve problems, think critically and creatively, communicate effectively, build healthy relationships, empathize with others, and cope with managing their lives in a healthy and productive manner. Adolescents are years of experimentation and risk taking. Giving in to negative pressure, taking uninformed decisions on crucial issues, especially relating to their body's turning point in one's life, a period of increased potential but also one of greater vulnerability, that is their sexuality. Life skill education are applicable for all ages of children and adolescents in school. However, the age group targeted is mainly adolescents and youth, since young people of this age seem to be most vulnerable to behavior related to health problems. The life skills is for the promotion of health and well-being, and targeted group is all adolescents and youth. Why life skills? Adolescence, a vital stage of growth and development, marks the period of transition from childhood to adulthood. It is characterized by rapid physiological changes and psychosocial maturation. Adolescence is also the stage when young people extend their relationships beyond parents and family and are intensely influenced by their peers and the outside world in general. Special need of life skills. As adolescents mature cognitively, their mental process becomes more analytical. They are now capable of abstract thinking and of developing an independent ideology. The adolescents face the challenges: managing emotions, developing an identity, resisting peer pressure, building relationships, communicating and negotiating safer life situations, education and career. Developing an identity self. Awareness helps adolescents understand themselves and establish their personal identity. Lack of information and skills prevent them from effectively exploring their potential and establishing a positive image and sound career perspective. Managing emotions. Adolescents have frequent mood changes reflecting feelings of anger, sadness, happiness, fear, shame, guilt, and love. Very often they are unable to understand the emotional turmoil. Building relationships. As a part of growing up, adolescents redefine their relationships with parents, peers, and members of the opposite sex. Adults have high expectations from them and do not understand their feelings. Adolescents need social skills for building positive and healthy relationships with others, including opposite sex. They need to understand the importance of mutual respect and socially defined boundaries of every relationship. Resisting peer pressure. Adolescents find it difficult to resist peer pressure. Some of them may yield to these pressures and engage in experimentation. Aggressive self-conduct, irresponsible behavior, and substance abuse involve greater risks with regard to physical and mental health. The experiment with smoking and milder drugs can lead to switching over to hard drugs and addiction at a later stage. Education and career. Exposure to media and mixed messages from the fast-changing world have left adolescents with many unanswered questions. The widening gap in communication between adolescents and parents is a matter of great concern. Teachers still feel inhibited to discuss issues frankly and sensitively. Adolescents seek information from their peer group, who are also ill-informed, and some may fall prey to quacks. Fear and hesitation prevents them from seeking knowledge on preventive methods and medical help if suffering from RTIs and STIs. communicating and negotiating safer life situations. Sexually active adolescents face greater health risks. Girls may also face mental and emotional problems related to early sexual initiation, resisting the vulnerability to drug abuse, violence, and conflict with lower society. Key life skills. Skills related to dealing with others termed as social skills. Skills those related to thinking termed as thinking skills. Social skills include interpersonal skills, and thinking skills relate do not necessarily to reflection at all, depend on logical thinking. Skills needed for achieving assertive behavior and negotiating effectively, that is emotional skills. Methods. Debates, storytelling, case studies, educational games and simulations, audio and visual activities, example arts, music, theater, dance, role plays, demonstration and guided practice, brainstorming and class discussions, etc. are the different methods that can be used to enhance life skills in adolescents and youth. The term life skills is open to wide interpretation. However, there was a consensus that all were using the term to refer to psychosocial skills. Keywords used to describe psychosocial skills were personal, social, interpersonal, cognitive, affective, universal. The following list of descriptive words and phrases identifying life skills: dealing with conflict that cannot be resolved, dealing with authority, solving problems, making and keeping friends or relationships, cooperation, self-awareness, creative thinking, decision making, critical thinking, dealing with stress, negotiation, clarification of values, resisting pressure, coping with disappointment, planning ahead, empathy, dealing with emotions, assertiveness, active listening, respect, tolerance, trust, sharing, sympathy, compassion, sociability, self-esteem. Several items in this list occasion debate as to what are and what are not life skills. The promotion of self-esteem, for example, is clearly an important goal for life skills education, but is it a skill? Not all the items listed during the brainstorming are life skills. For example, self-esteem, sociability, sharing, compassion, respect and tolerance are all desirable qualities, but it can be argued are not skills. Skills are abilities. Hence, it should be possible to practice life skills as abilities. Self-esteem, sociability, and tolerance are not taught as abilities. Rather, learning such qualities is facilitated by learning and practicing life skills such as self-awareness, problem solving, critical thinking, and interpersonal skills. Another area of debate surrounded identification of the place of physical or perceptual motor skills such as preparing an oral rehydration solution. What are these to be called? If physical skills is not accurate enough, two suggestions were to call these health skills or practical skills. There was also a clear consensus that livelihood skills such as crafts, money management and entrepreneurial skills are not life skills, although the teaching of livelihood skills can be designed to be complementary to life skills education and vice versa. Why teach life skills for adolescents and youth? Life skills are essential for the promotion of healthy child and adolescent development, primary prevention of some key causes of child and adolescent death, disease and disability, socialization, preparing young people for changing social circumstances. Life skills education contributes to basic education, gender equality, democracy, good citizenship, child care and protection, quality and efficiency of the education system, the promotion of lifelong learning, quality of life, and the promotion of peace. It was also suggested that the learning of life skills might contribute to the utilization of appropriate health services by young people. Areas of primary prevention for which life skills are considered essential include adolescent pregnancy, HIV/AIDS, violence, child abuse, suicide, problems related to the use of alcohol, tobacco and other psychoactive substances, injuries, accidents, racism, conflict, and environmental issues. Life skills are essential because demands of modern life, poor parenting, changing family structure, dysfunctional relationships, new understanding of young people's needs, decline of religion, rapid socio-cultural change. Relationship between life skills and adolescence education. Life skill is a skill that is necessary or desirable for full participation in everyday life. Adolescence, a vital stage of growth and development, marks the period of transition from childhood to adulthood. It is characterized by rapid physiological changes and psychosocial maturation. Adolescence is also the stage when young people extend their relationships beyond parents and family and are intensely influenced by their peers and the outside world in general. As adolescents mature cognitively, their mental process becomes more analytical. They are now capable of abstract thinking, better articulation, and of developing an independent ideology. These are truly years of creativity, idealism, optimism, and a spirit of adventure. But these are also the years of experimentation and risk-taking, of giving into negative peer pressure, of taking uninformed decisions or crucial issues, especially relating to their bodies and their sexuality. Adolescence is thus a turning point in one's life, a period of increased potential but also one of greater vulnerability. Adolescence is often described as an exciting transitory phase in the human life cycle, but is perhaps the most challenging stage as well. This is a time when adolescents evolve into adults with newly discovered independence and renewed responsibilities. They are constantly in search of their own identity, which is new. They tend to question and appreciate the values of the adult world and try to assert their identity. During adolescence, they develop skills that will help them to grow into caring and responsible adults. When adolescents are supported and encouraged by caring adults, they thrive in unimaginable ways, becoming resourceful and contributing as members of their own families and societies. Education plays an important role towards the overall development of human beings. School education helps in the formation of a sound personality in the child. School education can broadly be classified as elementary and secondary education. Today, more and more societal pressures, greater complexity, uncertainty and diversity, rapid changes in the environment, and continued deprivation put adolescents at the crossroads of their lives, facing an uncertain future in facing the responsibilities of adulthood and to enter the world of work. During the 21st century, life globally is undergoing significant transition and change. Among the most affected are the adolescents. Core life skills play an essential part of adolescence, which are the future of our country. Rapidly changing social, moral, ethical, and religious values have ushered in certain lifestyles in the present society, especially among the youth. Certain inbuilt buffers of the society are no longer available to the adolescents of today. The stress faced by the adolescents in such an current situation is enormous. This is reflected by raising suicide rates and growing crime among young persons. There is an urgent need to provide today's youth with a new set of ways and systems to deal with the demands of life. Since the individual rather than the system is recognized as the basic unit of the society, it is essential that the youth be helped to develop skills inherently to handle a wide variety of choices, changes and stressors. Core life skills are ability for adaptive and positive behavior that individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. Adaptive means that a person is flexible in approach and is able to adjust in different circumstances. Positive behavior implies that a person is forward looking and even in difficult situation can find a ray of hope and opportunities to find a solution. Life skills are the abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal with the demands and challenges of everyday living. Essential life skills include such things as being able to recognize and describe one's feeling, giving and receiving feedback, recognizing assumptions, setting realistic and attainable goals, and employing problem-solving strategies. In other words, life skills are abilities that facilitate the physical, mental and emotional well-being of an individual and competence in young people as they face the realities of life, that they can be categorized as core affective life skills. Core affective life skills consisting of 4 core life skills such as coping with stress, empathy, interpersonal relationship and coping with emotions. Core cognitive life skills. Core cognitive life skills consisting of 6 core life skills such as self-awareness, critical thinking, decision making, effective communication, creative thinking and problem solving. Let me now move on to summarize the session. Life skills education is designed to facilitate the practice and reinforcement of psychosocial skills in a culturally and developmentally appropriate way. It contributes to the promotion of personal and social development, the prevention of health and social problems, and the protection of human rights. By encouraging the children and adolescents in household activities, they are enabled to strengthen their life skills. In such activities are accompanied by suitable classroom activities by teachers. The children and adolescents would acquire skills required for happy and healthy life. Mental health professionals, directly or through teachers or parents, should be involved in skill building exercises and promoting competence among adolescents and youth. Thank you for watching today's program. Goodbye.